Hey, what's up, Alan? I'm here with the very talented Emily. What's going on?
What's up? How are you?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So let's talk about your Western Canadian tour. You just got off tour of Western Canada. This is the first time you've done that, right?
Yeah, I was on tour for a few weeks with my band, and then I just got back from a tour with a guy named William Joseph. I was opening for him for about 7 shows, and it was amazing.
So what does that do for a Canadian artist when you actually get to see another half of the country? In that way.
It makes you feel like Canada is way too big, and you wish there was more cities like in between, so you wouldn't have to drive 8 hours to every show. But no, it's fun.
Yeah. At the same time, I'd imagine it would be, I guess, somewhat inspiring, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's totally inspiring. Like the drives are beautiful.
Yeah.
The Rockies, it's a good time.
So do you have a band, I guess, that you tour with?
Yeah.
And on the new album, did you write and record everything, all the instruments yourself, or do you have people playing?
Well, I have people playing everything, but I wrote all the songs.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the parts like the piano or the...
They're all different musicians, but they're all the guys in my band, pretty much.
But you wrote everything? I
wrote everything.
Very Dave Grohl of you. I want to ask you about the song Jealousy, because that song's pretty cool. It's pretty upbeat, like positive vibe for like a kind of troublesome topic. Tell me a little bit about that song.
Well, it was inspired by a good friend of mine, actually, my best friend. I'm not going to mention her name to embarrass her, but her and her boyfriend basically were both cheating on each other, and neither one of them knew it, but eventually we all figured it out, and it was one of those relationships where he was kind of going through her cell phone messages to find out who had called and that kind of thing. So
not cool.
I just found it kind of funny and wrote a song about it.
Well, I love the lyrics because I think that like the cell phone line is great, and I think the line that I really like is "Don't treat a lover like a possession." Yeah. Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Well, because the next part is people do what people want to anyways.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Yeah. People are
so
individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Tell us about the 2 songs that you just performed.
Okay. The first song, Isn't It Obvious, was kind of part 2 of 3 songs about a relationship that I had. Sort of the post relationship when the person who breaks up with you ends up wanting to be your friend after. Right. You know, your friend with benefits after, and you're not really into that. So yeah, that's what that one was. And that's a rough. Yeah. That's
a weird period to be in.
But it's always good when you get like a good song out of it. You know?
Totally. Yeah.
It's like the best revenge you can have.
Well, I guess it makes for good songwriting.
Yeah. So let's just hope that it makes you millions of dollars, and then it'll really be good revenge, right?
Yeah, totally.
And then That Singing Feeling was a different kind of experience. A friend of mine had actually had his heart broken, and then I was sort of consoling him, I guess you could say, and eventually we started seeing each other. Ooh. And then I was just, the rebound girl, and then I ended up having my heart broken. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I get lots of my material from good stuff like that.
So is this a relationship album, would you say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say completely, but a lot of the stuff comes from that. That's just what inspires me, motivates me to write stuff, yeah.
How important is Toronto to you? Because you've been playing shows all over the place here for a long time.
It's really important, yeah. I mean, this is where I started growing my audience, and I think it kind of like filters out from here,
Well, I think that you sort of have some of that sound, like the BSS sound. I know that's probably a really typical thing to say, but I mean, only some songs. Other songs are really different on the album. But I mean, do you feel a sense of community in Toronto in the music scene these days?
Yeah, for sure. I think that, I mean, most of my friends, just by the nature of what I do now, are musicians. So yeah, like I've always felt like a strong sense of support from everyone that I know, and it's really kind of been beneficial to me in getting started.